Hi, I'm Bo, and I'm here to tell you that financial progress is not always linear, and that's okay. Um, I'm all by my lonesome today. Win is doing yard work, I think. I don't even know. Um, we will reconvene after dinner. But in any case, I wanted to share a comparison, which to be fair, you might not care. You might have already seen the videos with these net worth trackers, but I wanted to compare the first net worth tracker that I did with Win versus June's net worth tracker that I did with Win. Just to kind of talk about the differences and how you can make progress even with numbers going down. So this is the first net worth tracker I did with Win, which was January 2024. And I guess we can just go through the comparison versus June. Let's just start with assets, or what we own. If you don't know, of course, net worth is assets minus liabilities. So what you own minus what you owe. And we tried to stay as consistent as we could with these categories. So let us take a look at what has changed. So this is a 1.5 year difference, basically. So his checking is at 10,272 now. It was at 1,762 in January of last year. His savings, currently at $18,595, was at $1,108.06 in January of last year. Look at that jump, y'all. He is doing so much better. So much better. It's like night and day. Oh, that's wild. I love it. And then me, for my checking, this last month, it was $10,284. January of 2024, it was $3,797.57. I'm so glad I switched away from doing change. So glad. Oh, that was so much math. But anyway, so that's, good, I guess. And then for my saving, here's one of the differences. My savings is now $16,257. Oh, goodness. $16,257. January 2024, it was $25,777.24. So, big drop. And then my CD, my certificate of deposit, which is gone now. So it's at zero. It was at $21,847 when I started. And that was spent on the house that we just bought. And then unstuffed cash, I don't have that category anymore because I don't cash stuff anymore. But clown repellent is $34 now. It was $33 in January of 2024. Ernest Hemingway is $24 now. It was $34 in January 2024. That really doesn't matter. And then cash has gone up about $1,000. So now the total cash is $55,466. It was $54,385.44. So not much change there, but you can see kind of the difference. And really, this stuff is all like in our checking accounts right now because we need available cash basically for like what's going on in our lives right now. But I'm pretty okay with this change, even though my savings has gone down dramatically. We're actually in a better place, which sounds real strange, but it'll make sense. Okay, so now, elephant in the room, house value, $555,000. We did not have a house in January of 2024. This was just purchased in May. So that's new. That's a big difference. Employer retirement is currently at $15,301. It was at $6,204.64. This is me getting the employer match, which is 3% of my pay. So that's all that's been added to that. And then IRA retirement is currently at $41,434. It was at $33,397.48. This is without adding a dollar of my own money. So this is just growth in the year and a half. And then brokerage, currently at $4,928, was at $3,817.53. Again, that is without adding a dollar of my own money. That's just growth. And then car value is currently $31,903, was $30,846 in January 2024. So this is really just the fact that I don't put a lot of miles on my car. So like as it gets older, the miles aren't going up. So it's like kind of staying around the same value. So big difference, right? In our assets. I don't know why I keep saying my, probably because I'm by myself right now. But anyway, big difference in the non-cash assets. So it's $648,566 versus $74,265.65. So total assets, $704,032 now. $128,651.09 in January 2024. Huge difference because, we have a house now, and a lot of our progress kind of went towards getting that house, right? And then let's look at liabilities. So liabilities, or what we owe, this has gone up dramatically as well. So personal loan was $1,384.80. Now it's paid. Chase Credit, paid. Navy Federal Credit Union was $10.88 because I started paying Wynn's debt down in January, so we didn't actually have a net worth tracker that had his original debt on it, because we didn't do one in December because we weren't budgeting together in December. We started budgeting together in January. But again, in January was when I paid down most of his debt. So I thought about making a December one, just like doing the math for the accounts to see like what it was originally, but then I realized I don't care that much. So I have the original numbers. It's fine. I can look back on it if I want. And then, as I was saying, Capital One Credit. So now it's $2,433. Really, this is not, I paid it off. So this is actually paid. Didn't accrue interest. I didn't owe this for a whole month or anything. I was just kind of paranoid. So I included it in the debt. Because I wasn't sure if I'd be able to pay it off, while keeping like, whatever, it'll make sense as we go. Then for student loans, I just changed this format a little bit to make it 100% clear here. So Trunchbull was $9,655.55. Now it's paid. Payne was at $12,496.17. Now it's $10,160. So it went down a little bit. Panic was at $21,327. I'm not saying this change anymore, y'all. It's too much to say. It's now $21,319. So it went down the tiniest little bit. Scar was at $5,806. Now it's $5,975. So this has gone up, because Wynn's minimum payment does not pay all of the interest that accrues. And then Frollo was $5,434. Now it's $5,542. So that has also gone up, again, because when student loan minimum payments don't cover all the interest. Now, onward to collections. B&D collections was $65.02. Now it's paid. S&M collections was $2,000. Now it's $1,150. Legal debt I paid it that first month, so that's paid. And then we have the new debt. So security system that was financed, $1,863, $1,863, however you want to say it. Flooring, $4,473. Appliances, $4,699. Waterproofing, $26,324. And mortgage, $566,932. So total liabilities, $650,870. And it was $58,180. So we own a lot more, but we owe a lot more too. And lo and behold, big difference here. Net worth in January 2024 was $70,470.90. Net worth now, $53,163. So our net worth has gone down. Our net worth has gone down. We are worth less money. However, now we own a house. So we have the house value. We own a house. And we have more debt because of this house, but this is actually progress, because when you buy a house, there's more potential. Buying a house is expensive. We all know this. Buying a house is really expensive, but you can kind of see. You can kind of see how much of a difference it can make in terms of your net worth. So now that we've done this comparison here, all the future comparisons are going to be versus this. So this is our new benchmark. Our new, as much as I hate to see this as our net worth, this is going to be our new benchmark, because this is the first net worth after buying the house. I just wanted to include this so we can see kind of how far we've come, as far as like our full picture, like the whole journey, and kind of seeing these student loans do this. This is ridiculous. I hate it so much. But this is our new benchmark. This is what we're going to be judging ourselves against from now on. I think I'm probably going to do a comparison maybe every 6 months, maybe every like January and July. I'll compare to this one right here, just because I want to see how fast we can get up to, like, honestly, let's be real. If YouTube is still here, or, you know, we might switch over to different social media. I don't know. But I personally would like to keep tracking our money until the kids are grown. Like at least another 10 years. I want to see how fast we can get to a place where we don't have any debt except the house, and the house is like maybe half paid off. Like that would be phenomenal. Speaking of which, I actually did our mortgage company has an amortization calculator, which basically just tells you like how much money is going to principal, how much money is going to interest every month, and how fast that number changes and how fast you can have it paid off. Long story short, if we pay an additional $600 a month on the mortgage on top of our normal mortgage payment, we'd have the mortgage paid off 10 years early. That's wild. That's wild. Now, can we currently afford to pay an additional $600 on the mortgage? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But it's interesting to know. And, oh, dang, air conditioner just kicked in. Sorry if you can hear that. It's really loud. But I don't know. I think it'd be interesting to compare. Obviously this video is not for everyone. But I kind of wanted to see for myself, and I thought it was kind of interesting, and I thought you guys might want to see it as well. Because I know the tiny little audience that I have, I feel like there's a lot of people who are really into the numbers, and I am too. So, me being nosy to myself, I wanted to see. If you have any questions, comments, feel like judging, go ahead in the comments. And let me know, do you compare yourself to you? Do you compare yourself, to your past? Because I think it's the one true way to see how you're doing. Because comparing yourself to other people is unhelpful. You have no idea what's going on in anyone else's life. Not really. It's fun to get ideas on how to organize a budget from other people and how to kind of make prioritization decisions and organization decisions, stuff like that. But when it really comes down to it, the only true way to see your progress is to compare yourself to yourself. And I think everyone should do it. My very unprofessional opinion is everyone should have benchmarks to compare their own progress, to see how far they've come, to see how their life has changed. And tell me where your money's going, and I'll tell you what your priorities are. Like, let's be very real. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for staying with me as long as you have. Never forget that you deserve financial stability, and I hope you have a great day on purpose. Bye.